Undergrunt.
So that's why you killed Acme and Maroon?
For this freeway!
I don't get it.
Of course not.
You lack a vision.
But I see a place where people get on and off the freeway.
On and off! Off and on. All day.
All night.
Soon. Where Toontown once stood will be a string of gas stations.
Inexpensive motels.
Restaurants that serve rapidly prepared food.
Tire saloons. Automobile dealerships and wonderful.
Wonderful billboards reaching as far as the eye can see.
My God!
It'll be beautiful.
A small little ship in the center of Mars was a sack of souls with experiment scars when the psychedelic monk said, I'll take two, and he put them in a rocket and he ate a lot of glue. And he shot them straight to Earth where they turned into babies. They were named Bob and Matt, and they rarely got rabies, and the monk made a movie of their whole entire lives. They were panoramic scenes and zooms of the time. And one time Bob had sex with a ladle, and one time Matt lost a vet to a cradle, and another time Bob caught a dinosaur mom, and another time Matt bought a replica of Guam. And all this and more is on a DVD set, only $20.99 with the purchase of a gem. But if you call right now and say, where's my whisk, we'll include this bonus disc.
Welcome to Bonus Disc!
Hello.
Hi! Hey, Matt.
How you doing, man?
Hello. I'm doing wonderful.
I feel like now when I start the show, I'm just doing it to jab Matt.
Right.
Yeah. Hello, I'm just some guy that walked in off the street. My name is Bob Rose, and with me is the host,
I'm a space alien.
Matt, the space alien PA, and with us is friend of the show,
That's me.
Shawn Jones.
Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Finally, someone who's willing to have a title of the show, not argue about it.
Yeah, no, Shawn
good.
is completely comfortable with being
Yeah,
a
I'll
friend.
be a friend. Sure.
It's not really that much commitment.
Right.
It's just you're on
pretty
more than
loose.
most people,
Yeah,
really.
you just get to be on the show a lot.
It's just to irritate Brad, basically.
Jeez. All right. Anyway, Shawn, you recently came into a big, giant, beautiful lot of Laserdiscs.
I did.
Yeah. I mean, like, what did you get in that lot? Before we get to the important thing, let it tell us.
Yeah, you showed me some gems.
It's
some
movie
real-
related, so
Some
it's
real
fine.
classics from the 90s, like the Cocketeer.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Beautiful style in that movie.
Sure.
Yeah. Felt like the 50s.
The Deco
Art
really
inspiration was
transports you.
wonderful. And of course the Joy Suck Club.
I can't handle the name, man. It's so good.
I mean, I'm not surprised it happened, but I am surprised it happened. It's just the fact that it exists.
It's not the Joy
is
Fuck
amazing.
Club. I think Suck
Right?
is more
Yeah,
clever.
it was a little bit more clever. I mean, honestly,
I
I was
love it.
just like relieved that there were no Tracy Lords movies in there because that would have just been trouble.
What was the third one though? It was the
I do Windows too.
and I do Windows.
Just soapy tits.
Beautiful
Right.
title. But you also got along what goes right next to all those titles. You got CIA codename Alexa, which is probably about as good as any of those. It's 1992.
92, yeah.
1992. PM Entertainment.
Yes, the
That's
greatest
right.
ever. The greatest company
Matt's
of all
favorite
time. Yeah.
movie company. It's a 1992 PM Entertainment movie starring Lorenzo Lamas and OJ.
O.J. Simpson, man.
Simpson. I want
What
to
a
say where it
movie.
takes place, but we'll wait. I feel like we should wait.
Oh yeah.
I
Just that
mean,
reveal.
dude, this movie's all over the place. Can we say it's the prequel to Chuck, the television show?
It's the prequel
Yeah.
to two movies or two
well,
things.
Yeah, two things. Dude, this movie's amazing. This is like...
I don't know if I'd go that far, but
It's like
pretty
the
great.
monkey's, the half man, half monkey skull. It's like Bigfoot, like finding Bigfoot. This is the key we've been looking for to understand how all these things are connected and why they exist.
It's the Tommy Westfall.
It's-
the
it's
thing
our
from
gold
the St.
plates.
Elsewhere. Yeah.
We're Mormons. These are our gold plates, man.
Oh,
We found
man.
it.
It's like it's like an intentionally made Godfrey Ho movie where it's like 5 different movies cut together, but they shot it that way.
Yeah.
So just everybody just must have been confused every day.
I think I said while we were watching it, it reminded me of several movies I love.
Yeah.
But not
Definitely.
that I'm saying that it was like in a good way. It was like no, it just had stuff from those movies. I was like, oh, I do enjoy the thing like that.
And it was made before those movies, so it may have inspired them.
Dude, this came
by
out in
accident.
92.
Right.
So awesome.
Yeah. 1 year before stuff. All right. So stuff. The movie. God, what was the first scene? The
That was the shootout.
Okay, yeah, the first
shootout,
scene
right?
is
Yeah.
all these
The
cops.
hostage situation.
the hostage situation with the guy from Married with Children.
Yeah.
Who plays a corpse for half the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His corpse was around for a really long time. But so
It's-
there's a hostage situation.
Which was reminiscent of Last Action Hero, the way it was all shot and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
It really looked like Last Action Hero.
To understand, watching this movie, we did not know what the plot was for like 50 minutes almost. We're seriously
made no
until
sense.
that weird lady with the glasses explained anything and we knew what was happening at all. So
And
there's
that
a-
was like 50 minutes in.
Yeah.
it's
Not
insane.
15, 50.
So
The
like
disc
in-
had already flipped at that point.
yes.
So
yes.
at the opening, there's a hostage situation. You don't know where the building is or what it is or why they're in it, but they throw a guy out the window and then demand a helicopter to leave. And the whole time you're like,
So they didn't want that?
did they broke into the building to kidnap people to get a helicopter? Or did they do something? And then he eats that computer chip, but they don't talk about it
No.
at all. So you don't know
uh,
what the fuck it is.
It's not.
It's so confusing.
He swallows the chip.
Yeah.
Is it because they stole it from the building they're in?
That's what I'm
They don't
saying.
establish it
It's
at
not
all.
established at
I
all.
assume it has to be that because
Right.
it was.
This whole movie is assumptions. It's if you
It's-
watch
it's
this
kind of- yeah,
and only
right.
follow what they show, it makes no sense.
Well, other than the fact
It
that
makes
the movie's
no sense at
called
all.
CIA Code Alexa, you don't know that the CIA
Yes.
are involved until like the last act
Until he
of the
puts
film.
that jacket
Dude,
on.
I wouldn't even say like. To me, Alexa wasn't even the main plot for
No.
most
There
of the movie.
was no main plot.
And it wasn't a code name; it was just her name.
It was her name. CIA name Alexa. Yeah. Okay. So
It was like an ensemble movie with nobody really good in it. It was like O.J. Simpson, Lorenzo Lamas, and his wife.
right.
No one cares.
yeah, it was pretty nothing. Anyway, hold on. Okay, so that they throw a guy out the window. They say they're going to throw
Right.
more hostages out.
If they don't,
He swallows the chip, and then he gets
Lorenzo Lamas walks in first, like
Right.
unarmed, and he's like, "What do you want?" And they're like, "We want a helicopter, get us the fuck out of here." And that's when I was like, "But what did they do? Like, they don't have. It's not like money. They're not like saying, they
Right,
don't say what it
establish
is.
anything.
He's
was
just like, "We
fine,
want a
yeah.
helicopter."
And the guy is like clearly
Oh.
like the first scene. He's like crazy, and he'll shoot anybody. He'll defenestrate anybody that comes in his way. But like Lorenzo Lamas comes in, he's like, "Oh, what's up?" Like let me just like,
Lorenzo Lamas doesn't do much at all.
dude, and his performance in
all.
this, he was very like not. He didn't give a shit.
no.
Remember
he's
this
like
the
a robot.
opening line when he's like, "I'm gonna go in there." He's like, "I'll go in there and show him what for."
I'll
or
get
something.
him.
Yeah.
I'll get him. It was like he wasn't even mad. He
Hey,
was
this is
like,
me.
I'm Lorenzo Lamas. I'll do it. It's fine. Yeah, and he did. He killed him.
Yeah, he went and he drove a motorcycle
guy-
into the building.
for no reason.
For
He
absolutely
could have just
no
walked
reason
into
at all.
the building. It didn't really matter
Then he shot everybody.
because he had to go up steps or an elevator, so he didn't.
Yeah,
need
they were
a-
on they were like the 10th floor.
Yeah, you don't
It was
need a
the top
motorcycle.
floor of the fucking building.
But he kills him, so now you have a corpse with a microchip in it.
Yeah.
A microchip, which
But
we
we
only
haven't-
know is a microchip.
We
Right.
know it. What, dude?
Well, even
I
at
don't
that point, we don't even know really
it's a
what he's.
microchip.
Yeah, it's just a chip.
It's a thing in a box this guy hands him and he takes it out and puts it and swallows it. I seriously thought it was going to be like a thing when Lorenzo Lamas shoots him, he doesn't die.
Yeah.
And he's like super strong or something. And that didn't happen, which was disappointing.
I was really expecting a cyborg plot.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that Lexa wasn't
something.
going to be
Mind control.
human or but none of that happened.
Nothing.
It really nothing. You know what? Nothing I expected to happen happened.
No.
Yeah.
I'll say that. I was expecting way more sci-fi.
Yeah,
And there's
yeah,
no
just
sci-fi.
something. Just something. It's just, other than being like pretty much just a serious remake of The Naked Gun.
Sort of, yeah. Well, yeah, okay. So we cut to the morning after, which is a church funeral.
For the dead cop.
Which I assume-
the dead
I
guy.
guess it wasn't. A few days have to have passed, right? Because a funeral doesn't happen the next day after you're
Right.
shot to death.
If you ate it, don't they have to clean out dead bodies?
Yes.
Basically. So
You
like,
just have to forego that they didn't
Okay.
give him an autopsy, even though he was in a highly destructive crime scene. They would obviously
you
see
just be
what's
like, yeah,
going.
he's fine.
Right.
Right. It doesn't matter. He was shot to death by a cop.
Oh yeah, just put him
It's
in the
fine.
ground.
Just put him in a tux. It's fine. So he's in a church with the family's there.
I guess
Dude,
it's his family, but
who
like the
knows?
priest is like, this guy is a piece of shit. Praise Jesus.
But I believe he
yeah,
was
dude,
good.
it was crazy.
Right.
Dude.
He said he believes he was a good man.
Yeah, but he's
Right.
like, deep down, I know he's a murderer.
But he lists
and
off he's a
pimp,
pimp.
And a murderer.
and he sold drugs to children, but I know deep down he's good. And everybody's on their feet like, whoa!
Right.
And you're just like, wait, what?
But he was a pimp murderer.
Why is anyone there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it made no sense.
Was it his church? Did he go there?
Yeah.
How did his body end up in that church?
Let me ask you this: how does a pimp go from being a pimp to being a guy trying to steal a
Still microchip.
microchip that's wanted by the CIA?
That's the
I
movie
don't
I
know.
want to see.
His story is a way better movie than this. So then
a bunch of white people in black
I think
masks,
black mask bust in, but it's important to say that all the dudes, I thought it was funny. The dudes all had ski masks, and the woman looked like she had a burqa mask
Right.
on,
Yep.
which was a weird. Why not just have one more ski mask? Like,
I don't
Couldn't
know.
afford it.
yeah,
Because her
that's
hair
it.
costs too much.
So they're there to steal the chip out of the corpse. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And they don't want to make a mess, so they don't want to do
So,
it there
yeah.
in front of everybody.
No, because the guy takes a knife out like he's going to cut the corpse open. She goes, "Not here. Let's
Just
take."
the body.
Which I don't. The logic
Why?
of that was
No.
doesn't
Who
make
knows?
sense.
it'll really bother people if we do it right here. So let's just murder everybody in the room.
So then,
Well, they all.
and then the
Yeah.
crazy guy first before he murders anyone, he shoots the priest, then he shoots all the statues in the church.
Yes, he shoots down all the.
because he shoots God
Oh,
basically.
this is. I'm telling you, this is the same exact church from fucking Private Wars. I forgot
Another
whose
PM
episode that
Entertainment
was.
classic.
Yeah.
What we've done on bonus disc. Check it out.
There's the same exact church.
Right. So he shoots the
He shoots
priest once,
which was one time. Yeah, yeah.
in the chest, and then he
And then he shoots one other person.
he shoots the guy playing the piano up in the balcony.
Yes, that's it.
Who just like
That was a
he's
great
like
tumble.
ready to fall off the
Yeah,
balcony before he gets shot.
Well, that was every time you see somebody get shot on a roof, like
Yeah.
you could
You know.
telegraph that
Yes.
they're gonna fall.
But
Yeah.
why would you shoot the piano player, the organ player? It was like weird.
Nobody needed to die.
But then that was the point when the guy in the crowd pulled a gun. And I was like, wait, it was not they murdered the priest. They just stole a body.
Yeah.
Fine with that. Murdered a priest. Okay. Getting a little
Not
annoyed.
the choir.
And then they
Yeah.
fucking
That organ
shot the
player.
organ player. This is garbage. Leapt to action and then he just gets killed
He
immediately.
gets totally owned. It's whatever.
But it's like
So-
nuts that he waited that long.
So they take the body up to the roof of the church, which I felt like it wasn't the same roof. It looked like
No.
the roof
Couldn't
of a
have been.
building,
Yeah.
not church.
There was a lot of that.
And-
like no building was the same.
The same
inside.
outside and inside, right? And then so the cops are swarming. They're like, "Oh my god, the cops are here!" Like
They got here
Like, did you
fast.
not? You're a what?
Right.
Who's
Why'd you start
prepared for
shooting
what?
people?
Cops show up when you have gunfire. Anyway,
What was your escape plan with a body that you went on a roof?
but here's the thing is with instantly,
Yes.
they drop the body
And ditch
leave it behind,
Right.
making all the human beings that died in the scene
Meaningless.
completely meaningless.
It's insane.
It's so nuts. Why do it? Why?
I don't know. Did we see her shoot anybody?
No, I don't think. I don't think she wants to.
I don't
kill
think she
anybody.
murdered anyone. No.
Just wondering.
So the body's left behind
Yeah, they
at the
leave
crime
the body.
scene.
They all split up.
They all split up and get away
She gets caught.
by
She
the
puts her gun in a garbage can and then gets caught.
by OJ,
OJ
and the
his
greaser
partner.
and the
Right.
50s greaser.
Who we met earlier, which this didn't make it. This movie just doesn't make any sense. OJ Simpson's asleep in his car and his partner shows
Oh,
up
right.
with coffee.
Oh, we forgot that scene, right?
Coffee and the Alka-Seltzer.
Again, and then he puts Alka-Seltzer in his coffee, which is disgusting and weird. But did he walk there to meet him?
I'm gonna say
Because
it
he
was
acted like he was surprised he was asleep.
to me
but
it was
they were right
to me
outside
it was
the
a
coffee
Jack
place.
McClane like
Yeah.
thing where he's a drunk and he sleeps in his car.
Okay,
He's like a detective who's seen it all, so he's just like a drunk, like he hates his life.
Because he's supposed to be
Okay.
like 10 years older than his character is. Because everybody calls him Over the Hill.
yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to be
Okay,
Danny
okay,
Glover,
okay.
Right,
but a
right.
drunk with no family.
So he's a lethal weapon in one person.
He's like if you combine both characters and
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon into one,
Yeah,
and he's
Okay.
homeless.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a house.
He probably does. He just doesn't go there. It's shit. He sleeps in his car because he got drunk last
Okay.
night. That's why he wants Alka-Seltzer coffee, which is the grossest thing I've ever heard.
It's
Yeah.
gross.
That's really gross.
That's disgusting.
And that's right before with the church scene because they
Yeah,
come
yeah,
to the
that
thing.
happened.
They catch Alexa, and take her back to the normal police station.
Right.
Oh, but he keeps saying shit to his partner about sex. Where like, cause they're in the car
That's how
and
you
he
get
says
off,
something
isn't it?
weird. And then when Alexa kicks the shit out of his partner, he's like, "I bet you liked that, didn't you?"
Well, he said, remember
Or
he said to
something.
his partner, like, how many, like, who did you wake up next to? And he's like, it was your mom. I forgot how kinky she was.
Right.
Remember that?
Right.
Yeah. His partner too looks like, so from a wide shot, I thought that was a Lorenzo Lamas.
Oh no! I mean, he's playing a Lorenzo
He, like,
Lamas
it
character.
just seemed like that character should have been him.
He was like Lorenzo Lamas' stunt double. Like, give him work.
Right, but I mean, like, the character itself seems like
Yeah.
that should have just been Lorenzo Lamas' character
They
from
should
the
have
theme
cut the middleman out and,
of this
like,
movie.
made
They
it
added
little-
a character to
like it's unnecessarily complicated and doesn't explain itself at any point.
and he just it ends up meaning nothing anyway.
Right.
So they catch her, they bring her back to the station, and they do the good cop bad cop thing in the room,
Right, right.
where she gets a bunch of sexual.
She doesn't say anything.
No, and they keep.
Yeah, she won't talk. And OJ starts speaking different languages at her, and she doesn't talk.
Yeah.
Which also doesn't really make much sense.
If you want to see OJ abuse a woman, it's
Right.
there you go.
But they say
It's not. But I mean, it's like
Right.
They
With
say she
hindsight, it's
gave
not
him
too
3
great.
fake names.
She's got 3 passports.
they don't say. What
She has 3
three
passports. That's right.
passports.
So she didn't. I guess she didn't have to say.
Now,
her name.
did you guys pick up where she was? She trained by the CIA, or she trained by the evil dude?
They don't really.
Because that's the next scene. The next scene is we were introduced to the mansion that has a
Oh,
bunch of
yes.
rich people standing out the back.
They're talking about like donating money. The guy's like the Vlad, who's what's his name? Michael.
Oh, Michael Bailey Smith.
Yes.
Right,
He's
the guy,
like-
the guy who's in Chuck
He
as
was
the
in
character
Chuck, as
from this
called
movie.
Vlad.
Chuck,
Vlad,
the
yeah.
show, takes place in the universe of this movie, which means that Vlad survives everything
is-
through this movie. It's
Totally.
it's feasible.
No, he. I mean,
Fire. That guy.
Fine,
Sheffield
Matt.
can't melt Vlad beams.
Spoilers, but
Like,
yeah.
Okay, all right.
His name is Vlad. He's a vampire.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Right.
He's like, he says something about like Mr. Whatever his name, Ricardo Montalban will donate $100,000
He is from
to.
Ricardo Montalban.
Oh, he's totally is. Like, he even has, like, the killer fish that were a Naked Gun.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's really odd that
That's a really weird choice.
the fact. Do you think when they were making Naked Gun that was maybe some type of influence, like they had
Well, I think it was
watched?
the other way. I think Naked Gun was like 89, so this is 92.
Oh, guess so.
Yeah.
So that means that PM Entertainment was like, we need a Ricardo Montalban,
Right.
but they found a guy whose accent is indescribable.
It's awesome. You were right. You're like, he's the best part of the movie.
He is, and he sounds like Frank from Father of the Bride.
Totally does.
Is Martin Short doing Frank? He'd be a great villain in an action movie if Martin Short doing that character.
We kind of have to
I'd
go
love
back
to
to
see
the
that.
beginning of the mansion scene where they're like having a kickboxing tournament.
Yeah, but he's they intro it. That's
Well, it's
why
like a
the
rich
kickboxing
people.
thing came
It's a
out
rich
of-
people doing
It's like a
making poor
Mandingo
people.
kind of situation.
I thought the kickboxing.
It's bum fights. It's
Yeah.
bum fights, but with UFC fighters, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, but they intro the scene by talking about like donations to like charities and stuff, and then all of a sudden there's 2 minorities
Minorities.
like fighting in front of a bunch of white people. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, it was not comfortable.
It's
Yeah,
a,
it's
kind of a mixed morality there.
right.
It's really strange.
Charity, my mistress.
You're
you
right,
know.
right, yeah, and so
that's like the best fight sequence in the movie, and it literally has nothing to
Right.
do with anything.
no,
And
you could edit that out. You could we could have seen
we
2
didn't
punches.
Need to see a fight sequence.
No, it could
No,
have
'cause
just.
they walk
I wish it
off.
was a cockfight and that scene was like way shorter, and they just threw 2 chickens on the ground
Oh,
and
yeah.
it panned up.
Well, I'm gonna assume it was to show that they'll let somebody get murdered on their property, which they did.
Did he kill him?
Dude, he hit him in the neck and it made that sound.
Yeah,
All right.
because he looked over at him and he gave him the nod of.
Yeah, like it was like a should I kill him or not type nod.
Okay.
The kingly nod. I
So
guess.
all those people watched a murder happen?
Yeah, and then they donated to a charity.
Yeah, that's what
Jesus
rich people do,
Christ.
man.
I guess that's how you balance that out.
Yeah.
That's every single Hillary Clinton campaign rally.
Then all the rich people went inside and fucked. That's how they get hard, you know?
Yeah.
You gotta watch a minority kill another minority.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, there's some dialogue there where we find out he wants the chip, right?
Yeah, he's like talking to a guy and he goes, "Look, I really must go." And he goes into his office and he talks to
To
the
that
dude who
dude.
shot the priest.
This is
Who
brother.
turns out to be his brother who's
Right.
like half his age.
Right,
Right?
right.
not even the right. It's weird, but okay. So he's his brother, and then he's like, "Well, you fucked up.
Right.
We need that chip. It's in that body. You better give me that body."
And he's like, you could, you know, what is it? You either take your tongue or your eye.
Yeah,
you know. And they
I
spend,
suggest
like,
your eye because you got two of them.
Right, and they spend a little bit of time on that, and then like I'm sorry to fast forward a little bit, but then they just kill him off nonchalantly in the next scene that he's in.
I thought Lorenzo
Like,
Lamas later in the
well-
movie was going to de-eye him completely.
That would have been awesome.
But no, it doesn't happen.
Well, it's just like they throw away that character so recklessly. It's like, why did you even establish this guy? Who cares? He's dead already. You know, before anything else really happens.
Sean, this is
But he
this is
does-
the PM Entertainment,
I
man.
see.
Don't
There are no
question
rules.
them. They
There are no
know.
rules.
Did have an eye patch when he shows back up
He does.
though, which is hilarious. to
Which
me.
means he could have been cool, you know? He's like, because he's already the crazy, like,
Yeah.
psycho killer.
Right, right.
Yeah. He could have been the end fight.
no.
No, he's not.
Is there a fight at the end? Anyway.
Yes, there
Sort
is
of.
with
Michael
Vlad.
Bailey Smith. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So after that, is it the hospital?
Yeah, I think the hospital is.
It all kind of runs together. We haven't been to the best place yet, have we?
No, not yet.
Okay. So we get in the hospital where the corpse is with the microchip in it.
Oh wait. Lorenzo Lamas has showed up to be like, I'm taking this prisoner.
Oh, right. He took Alexa out of the police
Well, he
department.
hasn't taken her yet because he comes back in the morning to do it.
Yeah.
But he has shown up already to being like, I'm taking this prisoner. O.J. Simpson's just like, what the fuck? And he's like,
She's mine. Yeah.
she's mine. I'll see you in the morning. Holler at your boy. Renegade out. And he dips. It's pretty much exactly what he said.
Right.
He really does. He really does so little in this movie. He shows up for the first fight scene, the sex scene, and the end fight scene.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about.
Like he really doesn't do anything
He
else.
fuck nothing, man.
Yeah, he
it's
just
mostly
shows
him
up when it
standing in-
matters, like-
him standing bathed in blue light, talking sexy, soft. It's nothing, dude. It's awesome.
So bad.
Sexy.
Well, he's fucking like seducing the Alexa lady
Yeah.
the whole time, and it's
Right.
just like you're not doing
Seducing.
shit.
Who's his real life wife?
Yes.
Yeah, who was his wife at the time?
Right.
You could not tell on screen that
No.
they.
No chemistry.
No, it
at
wasn't
all.
like done
Insane.
for a reason. It wasn't like
Yeah.
it's gonna look great. It didn't look great. So, the hospital scene.
Yes.
Now we're at the
So-
hospital. There's a corpse with a microchip that everybody wants. The CIA,
O.J. Simpson. I don't know if the CIA doesn't know about it yet.
because Lorenzo Lamas is going back to the CIA headquarters.
So wait, the hospital scene has to happen way later because he has to take Alexa. They go to the
They go
greatest
to-
location ever. Yeah.
The movie takes place in Biodome.
Yeah, everything.
The Biodome.
The Biodome.
We're not saying that because it looks like Biodome. It is
it's
the
the
Biodome.
Biodome. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's the Biodome. This movie is primarily there.
The CIA is based out of the Biodome.
It's great.
O.J. Simpson was in a movie where he was locked inside of the Biodome.
It's true.
Just like that really happened.
This movie's. That's why I said it's like the missing key to make our lives amazing now.
And it's great. So that's the CIA headquarters. The,
Yeah,
the
so
bunker.
they take Alexa there,
Right.
but they're like cool. They're trying to. He seems kind of cool, and he's like, yeah, no, you got a room, take your bath, whatever.
They give her like a hotel room
Yeah.
but it has no
Yeah.
windows. It's just concrete
Right.
windows.
Well, there's the curtains that open, and she looks, and it's just a
That's-
metal plate.
Right.
which it could lead
She's
to
like,
anything.
oh, what could be on the other
Anything
side
at
of that wall, man?
Right. So then we go to the hospital, right? Because
Well, O.J.
she's-
Simpson complains to his
superior,
department that
yeah.
he can't investigate it anymore. So that's why they go to the morgue on their own. Him and his partner go to the morgue at the hospital on their own to look at the body.
Right.
Because remember, it shows them looking at the biodome, and they're like,
Right.
we better go look at this body.
Just staring at the Biodome. man.
Yeah.
What you doing? Just checking out this sweet dome.
That's so good. I just didn't know another movie ever took place there.
Right.
It's so
Right.
great.
It's awesome.
That's a cool location.
It is. No, it is. I wonder if the interiors that were shot in the Biodome.
I don't think so.
Probably
It's
not.
probably just exterior shots of the
Yeah,
Biodome.
because inside it was all like weird and neon and
Yeah.
Lots of
and
fluorescent
no
lighting.
lights. You know, it was all dark.
Yeah. Fuck. Where are we?
So now we're at the hospital.
We're at the hospital.
That's
Okay,
all that.
God, Jesus. Oh.
Now we're at the hospital.
All that really matters.
Oh, the bad guy's name is Mueller, just because I'm remembering.
Right.
stuff.
Oh, and Lorenzo Lamas is Graves.
Graves.
Hey, Graver.
Graver.
It's the first time I swear they call him Raver.
I thought he
For
said
the
Raver
first time.
too.
Yeah.
He gets seriouser and seriouser. He's graver.
Graver.
Yeah. And so at the hospital, you have.
See, hold on. Now we have a.
Dude, I'm trying to get to this hospital.
I know.
Never getting there.
I love this idea that like the movie, it's a sequel that has a sequel, and it's about the Alexa chick, but it was like his name is Graver. It would have been if it was about him more. I don't know. Never mind.
No,
The sequels would have been
the
cooler
sequel
because you would
should
have had a
be
cool
this
title like
movie.
Graver.
This
Graver
movie should have been
2,
about the girl.
Gravist or something, and you're like, this is insane. But they
This
didn't
wasn't
do it.
her movie.
No, it wasn't anybody's movie.
This
I'm
was
sorry.
not her movie at all.
No.
Can we just get to the fucking morgue?
It seems that nobody's. It seems that nobody's really the star of the movie though, because like
There isn't
it
really
doesn't
one.
really focus on anybody for any long period of time.
For a minute, you think O.J. Simpson. For a minute, you think her. For a
Well,
minute,
it's
you
like
think
it'll be a scene, like a 10-minute scene with one of the characters, and then like 10 or 20 minutes will pass before they'll come back to those characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's definitely weird. But at the morgue,
there was. Let's just say this: it's unfocused to an nth degree. It's
Right.
Yeah, there's
no,
no
but everything's
focus.
so fucking vague and just sort of explained to you.
You know,
but
at
not
this point,
explicitly.
Where we're
like,
at the morgue, we do not know what's on the chip, why anyone wants it,
Nope.
and it's going to happen for a long time. It doesn't get
all
explained for
Mueller
a
said
while.
was like, once I have that chip, people will respect me. And you're like,
what does
what
it have?
the
Your
fuck?
pictures of your dick on it? Like, what the fuck is it?
oh Lord.
Oh, the morgue.
the morgue.
Okay.
I mean, you just have to fast forward that the only really thing that happens in the morgue is that they get the chip. Bad guys get the chip at that
Greaser
point,
dies.
and the greaser dies.
But the morgue's insane because
Which really doesn't affect OJ that much. He's like,
no, he's like, eh,
eh.
he goes, oh, you killed my partner. Moving on.
moving on.
Yeah, it's time for me to go to the next scene.
But I like the fact that like this is almost like Steel-esque, like that movie Steel, where they drive the truck into the water.
Stephen
and they're just
Dorff,
like, yeah,
not
yes,
yeah.
yeah.
Please,
they
you gotta
drive
be
the
specific.
yeah. They drive the truck into the water, and then they're just like, well, they got away, and you're like, and you're just like, what the? But what the fuck happened? There
Yeah,
had to be more.
Because
like
at
in
the
this
end of that
case,
scene, they were just pushing the body out, and it's like, but
they
the place,
just killed a bunch of
the
people.
place would be swarming with
Right.
cops
Yes.
again, just like at the first scene, which we
This
established.
time,
cops show
don't
up
care.
immediately.
They don't give a shit. They don't show up. He just gets out of there with
They're
that
like,
fucking
it's at a
body.
hospital.
No, I
if
shot
anybody
one of
got shot, they're in the right place.
But the,
right,
but
just
the
let
way
go.
the way it's set up is insane because the guy shoots his partner in this room fucking what's his name is in the other room.
Graves?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, not Graves.
The brother?
O.J. Simpson's character,
Oh.
whatever.
Oh, I don't know. What was
They're
his name?
all on the same floor.
OJ.
They're like a room away from each other. Is my
Yeah.
point. He killed him in this room. He was in a room on the other hall.
Right, yeah.
Somehow they cross paths, but don't see each other. He finds his partner dead, and then he just walks away with the body that is right outside of the door of the room he's in.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. Like, he would have been, oh my god, my partner shot. And when he stepped into the hallway, that guy would have been right on his left. But the scene just ends.
Yeah.
Like, what did he
it's
do?
Whatever, man. It doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know. That
It was
scene,
like a
I thought was
football,
wild.
not because it's OJ, but it's like a football exchanging hands. It's like that
Right.
scene just was like, now they have the chip. It could have literally just said, now they have the chip. You know, it didn't matter.
I just thought it was funny. That guy got away from like 10 feet away.
Right.
This
like,
movie
oh, he's
really is
gone.
about chips and kids just exchanging hands.
Yeah. Well, the kid
Yeah.
hasn't come up yet, right?
No, but I'm just
no.
saying the movie's about the exchange of chips and kids.
Yeah. Hide
Yeah.
your kips.
So,
hide
like,
your chips,
spoiler,
hide your kids.
hide your chips, hide your kids.
They're kidnapping everybody around here.
Climbing in through windows. So okay,
So now OJ is obsessed with finding out
who killed his partner?
Right, and he tracks down.
He blames her.
He blames her,
Yeah.
and he's looking for her, and he tracks her down to the biodome somehow.
Well, he had already been scoping it out
Right,
earlier.
but we don't
right.
get to him entering the biodome yet because we still have to go through the reveal that they're holding the CIA.
Okay, yeah,
is
they're like-
holding
Right.
her daughter hostage, pretty much
Yeah.
in the room next to Alexa. It's
It's soundproof.
in a soundproof room. This girl is sitting there. It's like scary. It's kind of
Yeah.
She's just sitting there like combing the hair of a doll.
Well, let's
How long has she been in there?
hold on. We have to
Ooh,
go back
what?
2
They don't-
steps
Well, okay.
because we have to talk about the boss, the CIA boss,
Oh, the woman
who's like
right.
a crack shot
Right.
in the
Oh, yeah.
in the shooting range.
This universe, every gun holds 5 bullets. And once you fired 5 bullets, you must eject the clip and add another one.
Yeah.
Right.
For whatever the fuck reason, someone's
Yeah.
loading 5
I
bullets.
mean, not
in
only that,
these
but
things.
she's like clearly younger than anybody else in the cast.
Oh, yeah.
but
She's
the
like
boss
25,
because she
yeah.
can shoot really well, and she's just like, do what you have to do, sleep with her,
Yeah.
with her, maybe fuck her.
She's
You know,
like
and-
threaten her, torture her,
Right.
sleep with her. I don't care. Like any.
No, he says
any of the
either
above.
he said drug her or sleep with her.
Right.
It was like, don't say that. That's not okay.
That's what she
Yeah,
said.
don't
Or
say
not
that.
and. You don't
yeah,
and
but
to
don't-
sleep with her. You drug her or you sleep with her.
Okay.
Up to this point, she's been like this super weapon kind of character. So it's like, why would she even respond to anything that you're doing,
Yeah.
or not just destroy you if you
Right.
try to do anything without a gun?
Well, mind you, we still really don't know anything about Alexa.
Right.
Other than she's a super spy.
We really
thing.
don't know anything about
No.
Alexa at the end of the movie, other
Well,
than she has a daughter.
She has a daughter.
Graver like gives that little speech while he's driving around in the car, being like, "Pretty sure you did this thing in '88, and then this thing in '89."
Because she can't remember anything.
I know your real name.
It was a Jason
blah,
Bourne
blah,
thing.
blah.
She can't
Right,
remember.
right.
Yeah. What?
Yeah,
No.
because it makes no sense that she even has a daughter. Like, there's nothing.
Well, when did
Yeah,
she-
where was the daughter that they now have her? Is what I didn't understand.
Right.
She spent 9 months giving birth at some point, and then she remembers. She recognizes it's her daughter.
Right.
She acts.
he- 'cause
hold
he-
on. She
Oh,
acts. She
oh.
acts like she lives with her daughter, and has
Yeah.
been raising her daughter.
Yeah.
Because he reveals it by giving her a piece of construction paper that has a drawing
Yeah.
that the daughter did of her, and
Yeah, it said, "Mommy, I
it's
love
like
you."
and there's like a suburban house and everything.
Yeah,
When did all that happen?
It didn't. The
Wait.
daughter is just a figment of her imagination.
Well, then she's in a figment of ours
Oh,
too,
because everyone was touching this kid. Well, Al, hold on.
choice of words, Matt.
Phrasing.
Jesus.
That's later in the
Sorry. they do threaten that later in the film.
Just
which is-
note that this kid never speaks
no.
Or emotes.
ever.
Nope,
She's
doesn't
just
cry.
she is a rag doll of a human being that's just passed around as a thing, a plot device.
It's
She's a
straight-
MacGuffin.
Yeah, she
She's
should be a
literally a
MacGuffin.
MacGuffin. A human MacGuffin.
That's what I'm saying. You don't even know where she comes from. It's just like she's introduced, and then everybody acts like, "Oh my god, it's her daughter," and you're like, well,
Yeah.
"Hold on."
Yeah, how did
That's why I was hoping, like you had said during the movie, that like she was like some kind of advanced cyborg. that
Yeah,
was being grown.
this chip,
Right.
like she had chips in her.
That would have
That's
been the
what we
only
were
thing that
gonna
would have
find
made
out.
sense.
it always no when he opened that thing and she was just sitting there, I was like, this has got to have a sci-fi bent. It has to. And it doesn't.
Nope.
It's amazing how much it doesn't. Doesn't go anywhere with that. Okay, so now they're like, we have your daughter. You can see her again.
If you break into Mueller's place and get us the chip back.
Right. She's got to break into the mansion where the minorities killed themselves,
Yeah.
and then get that
Get
chip
the
back.
chip back and bring it back, and then they'll give her her daughter.
So she can go live normally.
She refuses at first, correct?
Yeah, it's just
refuses at
Lorenzo
first.
Lamas telling her this, right? It's
Yeah.
just him. You think they're gonna have sex in the scene, actually?
Well, it's just like
But
there's
they-
no actual like. He's not smooth at all. So like the sex aspect of it doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
whatsoever.
Oh, we forgot the part where they arrest Alexa and they make her take her clothes off,
Oh right.
and that's when O.J. Simpson is like, "You gonna stare at that all day?"
Oh, to the greaser guy.
Yeah, he's like, "That's a criminal. She's a murderer." And he's like, "Hey man, I ain't blind."
He goes, "You're married." And he's like,
Right.
"Yeah, but I ain't
I'm
blind."
married.
Hey, I get the cigarette pack in my sleeve.
Shit, jeez.
Get on my motorcycle. Up a
So,
gorge.
man, this movie's tiring.
It sucks. It's just so confusing and stuff happens,
It's
but not
convoluted
enough.
for no reason.
It really is.
It's too much intrigue and not enough action because the intrigue is like terrible because it's not
Intriguing.
It's
Right.
not anything.
Yeah.
But it's that insane PM entertainment intrigue. So it's just like that's the only thing that kept me going.
As I was gonna say, though, we've watched quite a few at this point. Some of them are outright nuts. Like
Right.
this seems like this is nuts in the way that it's just like
It's
doesn't
just that
connect.
it was the
Like,
movie is an afterthought of itself. It's like
Right,
It's
yeah.
like no, we got
They
Lorenzo
came up with
Lamas.
a title and they just showed up
Yeah.
on set. And this
yeah,
is what happened.
this isn't like Art of Dying nuts.
So
You know,
why
like that's nuts. Like somebody wrote that to be insane.
right.
This is just like it's insane because it doesn't make
It
any
doesn't
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or care.
no one cared,
Right.
so it doesn't make it's insane because no one cared. Yeah. Okay, so she breaks into the mansion.
Do they fuck before or after that?
After.
Or after?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes, absolutely.
You're right. Okay.
Yeah. She breaks into the mansion. She, right?
This is
Pretty
another
much
thing
easily
where
dispatches everybody.
this
And everybody, whenever she goes up to them, they make the reaction as if she's already kicked them or shot them before.
No, because she shows up and that dude who dressed all weird.
he was
just so weird.
Right.
And he walks down, he like
He had
his
his
neck
arms,
was
like,
just ready to get hit. Like, I hope nobody's out there ready to jump kick me. You know,
so that guy looked great. And
she
arms
comes
straight
from-
down, neck out, like
like a ninja, she comes from the side of the frame that he could never see.
oh, kicking
awesome.
the neck.
And she
Fuck.
beats up 3 dudes, goes in, gets.
She goes in, she shoots some people, but then Vlad is like, "Is this what you're looking for with the case?" This is what I was saying
Right.
when we were watching it. He just goes, "Is this what you're looking for?" We don't. Did she know what she was? Did they tell her anything?
Not really, but I mean, she probably knew.
She's looking for a chip.
because she was with
Yeah,
them before.
okay,
so.
okay, fine.
A
Fair
chip.
enough.
But he made it so easy because they have the little standoff that he pushes
He pushes out on for no reason.
Right, right.
You're in a whole place. There's hundreds of other people around. Just
Oh,
shoot her.
We
What
forgot.
are you doing?
It's a recurring theme in this that when they're as a Mexican standoff, you have to say, okay, only
1.
3,
Right.
and they count
And then
down.
never say 3
because
until
the other person the more the pussy gives up, right?
Yeah,
I
Right.
guess.
Well, what gets me is that, like, all right, he loses a standoff. She gets the chip. But then, like, she's walking down that giant fucking staircase. She doesn't knock him out or anything.
No, she just walks away.
So there's no reason that he wouldn't just, like, be, oh, well, you know.
Well, that's why he
then.
looks out the window and sees her
And
license
again doesn't
plate.
shoot her.
and there's
No, he gets her license plate number.
there's at least 3 scenes
What?
in this movie with Vlad looking at something.
That's,
It's a close up.
that's how the dude Mueller knows where she is and is able to call her. Because they got the
License plate. That
off
is
the
true. It did
CIA
serve
car.
that. The CIA had a registered
Phone
license
number.
plate to the biodome.
Right.
That's insane.
Think of how that's dumb as shit.
Jesus Christ.
But that's the only way that makes...
That's the only- But that is so stupid that the CIA would have a registered license plate to a
No,
secret.
they said the car was registered to Graves or Graver.
No, it was to that. That's how they knew where it was.
Oh Jesus Christ! I don't think that's true.
All right.
It can't be.
It can't-
It makes so
Let me
little
have
sense. Fine.
This one thing.
Is it? I mean, that's what I remember.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's the only way it makes sense for
Okay,
him to call
okay.
her. But
Because it
let's
wouldn't
move
be
on.
registered to Graves personally. It's a CIA car.
Right.
I thought there was the scene where we all figured out his name was Graver instead of Raver because he was like, it's registered to one, whatever Graver. And they're like, we'll just follow it and we'll figure out where.
Oh, you're
goes.
right. No.
Are you saying he doesn't sleep in one of those cells there? 'Cause-
He owns
you're
a
right. No,
business
you're
of
right.
some kind that the car was registered through. He has like,
No. I remember the
Yeah.
graver scene.
yeah. I remember the graving scene.
Because we thought his name was Raver,
Graver, yeah.
and his
Right.
name was
And
Graver.
then they were like, he changed his name to Graver.
That's the secret.
But then it just is his name for the rest
Yeah.
of the movie.
Okay, you're right.
no,
You're right.
Because it was something stupid like that where they had to tail the car from somewhere else that wasn't the
Why
biodome.
would she use his personal?
Or is the biodome?
Wouldn't the CIA have cars that don't have registered?
You'd think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus.
or phone numbers that you could look up.
Me and Shawn were just in our minds actively fixing the problem that the CIA wouldn't
Right.
do that, or he wouldn't do that.
No, but they had a whole scene explaining that they did do that.
All right.
All right, moving on.
Jesus. Okay.
So, I
Where
guess-
are we?
Who
Well,
knows?
either
She's
OJ
back
gets
with the chip.
captured first, because OJ tries to infiltrate the biodome, and like he circles around with his car a bunch of times, and then he jumps out, and then they shoot his car again, and it
Yeah,
explodes.
he drives in a circle while being shot out and then
Right.
dives
Dude,
out.
it's the best.
What was his
that
plan?
cut was awesome.
It's so good because he's right in front of these guys
Right.
firing machine guns. They could have easily killed him. It's,
Oh,
Right.
very easily. He drove around that circle twice.
yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke of an action scene.
So,
Yeah.
so they capture him. He's in the CIA bunker now.
In fact, it's the scene where the Taylor Negron
right.
fucking President Clinton scene happens in Biodome. That's where that action scene
Yeah.
takes place.
Yep. This movie's awesome.
It's pretty great.
Sorry, go ahead.
So I guess she goes back, gives him the chip, and that's when they have their sex scene. Before.
Well, first she's like, I want my daughter.
I wanna
and they're
see
like,
my
Oh, we
daughter.
got to make sure this chip is legit. It could
Right.
be days.
Right.
They're just fucking with her. The CIA woman seemed evil. She always had she was tiny
She was
and
like a
angry, and she
bureaucratic
always had
evil.
like a big guy with a gun behind
She was a
her.
bureaucratic evil.
Yeah.
She lived in
reminded
the
me
Tron
from
office.
the girl
that
from
was-
MathNet. I think this was a sequel to MathNet.
Jesus.
This is the natural progression of
God.
that character. But okay, so they get back.
Yeah.
They let her see her daughter. She's pissed that they let her see her daughter.
No, they won't let her see her at first, and that's why she slaps him like 3 times, and then they fuck, and he's like, I'm gonna get your daughter.
Right.
It'll be
All
a
right,
couple.
that was good enough.
No, she
I'll get
slaps
you
him. Then he
your
goes, all right, I'll let you see your daughter in a couple hours, and then they fuck.
And then he says you can see her for 1 hour. Remember? Because I remember you remarking on it, like, okay, you fucked me. You get 1 hour with your daughter.
yeah.
Right.
make it quick.
Right, and that happens, right?
That happens, yeah.
That's when OJ breaks in.
Yeah, but and then the CIA boss goes to OJ's cell or whatever he's locked in the neon room.
OJ breaks into he's locked in a cell in the biodome.
Right. And she basically just comes in, she threatens him. She's like, I could have you killed. And then did she punch him in the
Well, he's
jaw?
hiding at first, and he tries to punch her,
Right.
and then he doesn't when he sees it's a lady, but then she punches him anyway.
Right.
And he's like, what the fuck?
This is
and
the
that's
second
when she-
time today I've been beat up by a broad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Makes me want to stab something, you know?
Jesus, God.
God.
It's inevitable. You can't not think about it.
Sorry.
It's he did it to himself. Let's be honest.
Yeah. If he did it to him.
Whoa. I didn't watch the new TV show.
Right.
Anyway,
But she just like casually threatens him and leaves. Like there was no
Yeah,
reason for her to even interact with him at all.
No, she didn't need to.
No.
She was like, I'll handle it personally. Why?
and it really doesn't pay off in the end. Like
Nope.
their relationship,
Mm-mm.
the good
No
and
one
bad.
has a relationship in this movie.
No.
Except for-
You know what scene we missed though? The best scene, which is before he breaks into the biodome, OJ goes get a drink.
Oh, fuck.
It's that
was
really
great.
short scene where
Yeah.
he's drinking and that guy
And
walks
it's like
up.
lieutenant or like captain comes over and tries to like order a beer and be a buddy, and he fucking
He chokes him out. It was great.
Yeah.
Get the fuck away from
He
me!
chokes him. He throws him out of the frame, and that's the whole scene.
That's it.
Yeah,
And then he breaks into the biodome.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's just to establish that he's on a lot of cocaine.
it's great the way he grabs his neck though.
Yeah, man. He, like,
No, it's like
He meant it.
yeah,
He meant it. Okay,
it's
so
uncomfortable.
now they're all in the biodome. The thing's happening.
they're all in the biodome.
right. So that now the bad guy calls. the
Oh,
CIA.
they kidnapped the daughter somehow.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mueller kidnaps somehow.
Because yeah, she's having her
Jesus.
visitation and it's outside.
Why does it seem so
For some
hazy?
reason, I don't because it doesn't make any sense. They're outside with this vegetation thing, and then they load the girl into a car, and then they go back in the biodome. But then Vlad is up on the hill doing the smile thing,
Right.
and then the next scene they're just like, "Yeah, I have your daughter," and we were like, "When? How? Where the fuck were they taking her if they were all at the biodome? Why was she in a car to be able to be taken?
Yeah.
What is this?"
She should have been completely locked up.
Yeah, with her mother. God, it's just so stupid. It's insane.
So now the girl, at this point in the movie, kind of becomes the MacGuffin. Because the chip has also changed hands at this point,
The
right?
ship is back at the biodome, and they're figuring out what it is, and they're like, "Oh, that's when they tell us the plot of the movie, which still
It doesn't
it's
make
vague.
clear
Yeah,
what
the
it...
chip is like
It's just a super fast
electronic
process.
babblefish. It'll translate any
Weapon
binary
system. Or, yeah, binary...
software. Right.
It's
Which kind of still is like, okay...
It's so vague.
How does Mueller going to use
what
that
is
to
he
get
gonna
respect?
do? Yeah, what is he
he's
going
some,
to
like,
do?
He's some rich guy in a fucking castle. Like,
where did it come from?
yeah, did the
Like-
CIA make it? Because they don't understand
They-
what it
they
is.
never
They're
established.
analyzing the chip to be like, wow, this is what it does. Like, well, if you didn't make it, who
did?
the fuck did?
Who knows?
It's like, who? So neither party made it. So
No.
some other third party
Party.
made this chip.
Who was it stolen from in the first place?
The little girl.
Yeah,
She did it.
that'd be amazing if the chip was needed to be powered the girl into a weapon. The little girl.
Anything
been.
would have been
Oh.
cool. Anything. supernatural, science fiction-y.
No, they were just like, oh, it's a chip.
Yeah,
It's a microfilm. It's microfilm.
it might as well be.
Yeah, it was just here's
It's just
James
small
Bond
enough to
microfilm.
swallow.
All right. So now Mueller has the girl.
Yeah, that's
Right.
he calls
chip,
the
right?
biodome, which makes no sense. He does not have the chip.
No, he doesn't.
They still have the chip.
He calls the yeah. He
calls-
phone calls the
She
biodome.
gets out of like a shower. You watch her take a shower.
A
and
slow,
then-
sexy shower.
Yeah, and then she gets out, and Lorenzo Lamas is like, "I got bad news," and he hands her a phone. Which were they like
Right.
chit chatting? Were Mueller and Graver like just like, "Wow, she's in the shower. Do you want to hold or call back?"
You want to talk?
You know, I had these sex with her many times. Oh yeah,
I just did that
had the sex
yesterday.
too. Oh, it was great, wasn't it?
It's pretty good. I mean, I'm good, so I know it was
Oh
good.
yes, he's very.
She's
fine.
very beautiful.
Beautiful. Oh
Oh,
Lord! But yeah, that's when he's like, "I have your daughter. Meet me at the airport with the chip, and you can have your daughter back."
sadly, we have to leave the biodome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
that's
more
the end of
biodome.
But like the airport is like super lax in security. Like they
Oh.
have like guns and anything
Yeah, I mean,
they-
There's
everything's
no
in there.
security at this airport. It's
No,
filled to the brim with people, though.
They
I think
call
that's
for security. We never see it.
the amount of innocent people though in this airport is
Right.
maximum. I mean, like that's important to note for how the end ends.
Yeah.
Like it's so irresponsible.
This whole place should have exploded.
It's so irresponsible. You got the CIA is involved in an airport. It's like there's no regard for anyone. It's insane.
It is.
So you've got at this point we're at the airport. We've got three
Hold on,
parties.
before that,
There's
though-
3 parties.
There's a great scene before that where Lorenzo Lamas is like, "I'm going to get that girl back," and then she's like, "Yeah, don't." Like the boss is like, "Don't do it." And then he takes a gun out and he goes,
Right.
"The only way to stop me is to shoot me."
And she
And
kind
you're
of
like,
shrugs.
"What?"
Right.
And he storms out without his gun to go kill someone, which I thought was funny.
No, what's great
Yeah.
is
But
that
then he
that's when
breaks-
they have the stepbrother scene where like him and OJ are like, "Are we best friends now?"
Yeah. He breaks
And then
OJ out of the cell. No one cares. They go to the shooting range and
range.
get all these huge guns. No one says boo about
Right.
it.
There's like no
And then they go to
security
the
on
airport.
on the biodome.
OJ Simpson walked into that airport with a shotgun that makes stuff explode.
Yeah.
In a duffel bag, like half hanging out of a duffel bag. Got all the way into an airport.
Also say, I said this while we were
Awesome.
watching the movie. OJ at no point in this movie flashes a badge or tells anyone he's a cop.
Who he is.
He
Hell
goes to the
no.
biodome. They put guns on him. He doesn't say I'm a cop. I want to talk
Right.
to Graver. Dude, say you're a cop first. You know what I mean? Like you're at least that trustworthy.
Yep.
God, amazing. It's whatever. So at the
Fantastic.
airport, there's 3 parties now trying to get things.
There's the CIA. No, there's a ton of parties. There's Alexa wants her daughter. The CIA wants the chip to stay in their control.
But
Mueller wants the chip to be in his control.
because they're gonna make a drop. They're gonna
Yeah, and
switch the daughter for the chip.
Lorenzo
no, they're
Lamas
not. No,
want-
wait. Jesus
Who the
Christ.
fuck knows what? OJ Simpson just wants to kill Mueller. He doesn't give a fuck
wants
about
revenge
anybody
for his
else.
partner.
Yeah.
Lorenzo's
There's so
there
much
just
going
to
on.
make sure shit goes right.
And the CIA person, dude, who
It's-
cares? It's a mess of people.
It's like the ending of this movie is a complete mess.
It's
it all
these-
takes place
Somehow-
underneath an
yeah, somehow
airport,
they get underneath
which is
the airport.
the least interesting part.
And it like becomes like a Nightmare on Elm Street film because it's like
Yes.
oh, it looks
Yes,
like a
no,
boiler
it is.
room,
It's all
and they're
mist
playing
and
horror
pipes.
music, and it's the little girl running through the pipes, and yeah,
Do you like pipes? Because he's gonna get them.
There's
yeah.
a lot of them.
it's pretty much just the same hallway.
OJ
like,
Simpson
different angles.
blows
Yeah.
up a couple people.
It kind of looks like underneath the biodome when William Atherton
That
was under
could-
the biodome.
Oh my god.
Could
What
be.
if that was filmed in there, man?
We gotta watch Biodome.
Yeah.
We gotta look at those scenes.
You don't need an
Compare.
excuse to watch.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like they could totally be.
Yeah.
Could be the-
Except all the pipes are filled with explosives, pretty much.
It's
Well,
all
not only
jet
that,
fuel.
but, like,
It's
yeah,
like
there's
it's the
giant
fueling
fucking
system.
tank called jet fuel. Like when
Vlad and,
Lorenzo
Lorenzo.
Lamas have their fight.
God, what a fight! What a great fight!
It's
that
so
sort of
memorable.
happened.
It's great.
Right.
Well, that's where he chains them. They're like fighting. He like
What
rips
happened
this
there?
Dude, who knows?
Lorenzo
There's a big tank that says "Danger Jet Fuel" on it, and there's steam
huge
like
tank.
shooting out of it, and there's all these pipes at the end. He takes a chain, like ties Michael Bailey Smith
yeah.
to it by his neck, and then just like saunters off, and he like Vlad like rips the fucking pipes out of the machine,
Right.
and gets
Starts
free and
shooting.
starts shooting at him.
It's not as cool. You're saying it too.
I know,
cool.
but it looks like
he
it's-
gets chained
it's
to
like
it,
the
and
pipes
it's
were
like
made out of
it's
cardboard.
like a low
taped
grade
to the thing.
struggle push.
Right.
It's
where he's like
nothing.
trying to work his way out of the chains, and then the pipe sort of just falls
It
off.
falls off the fucking.
It looks so
It doesn't look good
pathetic.
at all.
Like the fact that they wouldn't edit that out. It looks terrible.
But then he pulls out the gun. He starts shooting, and Lorenzo Lamas throws a match. Or throws a lighter. They're in
Lorenzo Lamas-
underground tunnels full of jet fuel
under
and
an
he-
airport, an operating airport.
He blows up a fucking whole canister. You're like,
But it doesn't. There's not even a
No,
jet
but
fuel
nothing.
size explosion.
No.
no, hell no.
The
But he's-
car. The
But
car
Lorenzo
had a-
Lamas is like he's a man working for the government to protect human beings, right?
Yeah.
Like he didn't have
doesn't care.
he could kill that guy with his skills without lighting anything on fire.
Yeah,
Right.
or he's a police officer. He could have had handcuffs or some zip ties, not like
And
chain a
he
guy
had-
to some flimsy
He had
pipe.
chains. He literally had chains. Like, you know what I mean? He walked away and then was like, "Oh right, I should probably light him on fire." Next to a jet fuel tank.
Right.
Was he already planning to like just
I
turn
don't think
that
so.
corner
I
and
think
hunt
he was
them
going to
later?
leave.
But
then
then
he
the
started
guy
shooting at him.
Yeah, he got loose. Oh, and the girl is
Whatever.
running around.
The little girl's loose. Oh, we've skipped that because the little. Okay, so Alexa has the chip. She's at a phone. Mueller calls
The
her.
chip's in a briefcase.
The briefcase gets taken by some dude, and OJ and Lorenzo Lamas watch them like hand it off a million times.
Right.
And then she's talking. Then he's like, "Come walk south." And he talks to her, and he's like, Your daughter's coming with me. You're coming with me."
Because Mueller wants
you
to
got 5
basically
minutes to come
marry
He
with
wants her to
Yeah.
be his sex slave. Or whatever.
Yeah. Remember too, that earlier in the movie, he threatened that if she didn't cooperate, they had her daughter, and
Vlad was
Vlad
gonna-
likes young girls.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, wow,
Yeah.
Not cool.
it's not cool at all.
Not cool, Vlad.
Especially
cool,
since
Vlad.
that character's in the show Chuck. Oh man.
But all that happens because at the top, he like has a walkie-talkie, and he's like, she's like, I want to talk to my daughter, and he's like Vlad's in the like pipe basement trying to get his daughter to talk on the intercom, and then that's when that awesome shot of that guy who just goes, "Hey, what are you doing down here?" Like, not,
Oh, yeah.
he's just like, "Hey, what are you doing down here?" He's like, "Oh, I'm supposed to be here." He's like,
I'm security.
"I don't think you are," and he just shoots him.
Right.
Dude, so many
Dude.
people get shot in these pipes. All the workers, like every worker down there gets shot.
And the way it's framed is that guy he just appeared there. He's like,
Yeah.
hey, what are you doing?
Because Mueller
Some
ends up
guy.
in the
Nobody
pipes, and the
noticed
other
that
guy goes,
giant
"Hey, this is a
orange
restricted
jumpsuit."
area. How'd you get down here?" He goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Shoot you." Like, hey, God, it's so bad. It's just so bad.
I'm trying to think of where it goes.
Everybody gets
Well,
shot
the girl
in the
is
pipes.
cha-
Vlad's
The
dead.
girl's runs out of their custody, and she's like crawling under the pipes to
yeah,
get away
they're
from
all
them.
trying to find the little girl.
And somehow Mueller finds him first.
Does he find the girl?
He finds the girl. Then there's the fight scene which we talked about with the jet fuel tank,
Okay.
right? And then there's a showdown, just like a standoff with Mueller has the girl. He wants Alexa to come with him, and then
He shoots OJ.
he shoots OJ. Right?
Yes, he does. He shoots OJ. He's standing in water next to a high voltage
Oh,
thing.
man.
They're all standing in that same water.
Yeah, everything's wet. I mean,
Which was
they're
another.
lucky to be alive. Let's just say that.
Honestly, another moment made me think of Last Action Hero. He was standing in the water. I was like, it just felt like it reminded me of it. So, yeah. And so OJ rips an electrical wire out of something
throws it in the water,
and
starts
And
electrocuting
look, he
Mueller.
gets electrocuted for the longest time.
yeah, it's great.
And then Alexa also shoots him,
Oh,
too.
they had already done the swap of the chip and the girl at that point.
Right.
So
Jesus.
he had the chip, they had the girl.
Like how I don't think we've ever sounded so confused before.
Right.
Because it was so nothing.
It
Nothing
was-
was explained.
Yeah.
She'd been PM'd.
PM'd hard.
Makes you fall asleep, man. Yeah. And then he dies of being electrocuted.
Yep.
And OJ, they never like.
No, but she shoots him. I think he died from being shot.
He's dead.
That's the important
Let's
part.
say that.
Fine.
He's dead. Sadly, because he was awesome. His
everything he said was
acting-
great.
Yeah, it was amazing. That's something you need to experience on YouTube.
What was the thing he said that sounded like tartar? He was like car. He said 3 words that all kind of sounded the same, but he ended up just sounding like he was going blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the sentence was. Fuck.
Come with me. It's just he sounded so weird.
It's just
All right, he's dead.
OJ may or may not be dead. They don't. The movie doesn't care.
Oh,
at this
yeah.
point.
Oh yeah, OJ just disappears in the last scene.
He tells him to hold on, and he electrocutes him,
Right.
but you don't see
And
him
you don't
again.
see him again.
And the next
rest of
scene
the
is
movie.
like the whole. We did it.
we did it, and then the boss is just like, oh well, you two are quite a pair. We might have to do something else with
They're
you.
holding hands too.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they're a family now. Lorenzo Lamas and Lexa. The name of this movie is so
It's
not
misleading.
right. It's so misleading. It is not that.
Why?
Her being a super spy is not.
She's not a super spy.
Why
She's like,
Oh,
Why
we
did you
forgot.
even-
There was the montage of her. Us
that's
showing
so
her.
good.
They had to show us her being a badass because she doesn't actually
do
it anywhere
anything
else
during
in
the
movie.
continuity of the movie.
It's like her
Right.
like kung fu fighting.
It's
But
like
she
her
should have
credit
been-
sequence.
Swing the sword.
Yeah.
She should have been Lorenzo Lamas' character. Like he didn't even need to be in the movie. Really, you could have had her being a badass in half of this shit. You know what I mean? Like the big end fight scene should have been her because she's codename Alexa.
Yeah.
But she's not. She's just Alexa. There's no code name.
It just ends so not. Then the freeze frames of them walking away together. The girl at this point has said nothing. The little
Girl said
Little
nothing.
girl has said or
she is
emoted
superfluous as a
nothing.
human being. She is a robot.
Everybody's.
Can't wait for the sequel.
Dude, I'll watch it. I'll so
There's
watch
the sequel. It's pretty much the same plot as the first one. It evolves.
Is there a chip? Is there a microchip?
There is a
There's a
microchip.
microchip.
She's got to infiltrate another gang with another microchip that could do various.
I hope it's the same
random big
microchip.
things.
It's
Yeah,
all. It's like
it just
extension.
picks right up from the end of Code Veronica.
Right.
Someone-
Code Veronica.
Mailbox
Veronica.
6. I don't know what any of this is called anymore. It doesn't matter.
It's a shit title.
Yeah.
It's a shit title that isn't even descriptive of it.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be for that to be so complex. It
It
should
should've been
describe
called,
the
like-
movie.
What would you have called this? We got
Clusterfuck.
Seriously, what would I
Yeah,
call
yeah.
it?
What would you have called this if you worked at PM Entertainment and you had that script come across your
I
table?
mean, the movie
Probably-
was called CIA. That was like the actual title was CIA.
But
and
they
then it was
barely
called
Probably I
say
would-
CIA.
If I was a marketing guy and I watched this movie, and I'd probably give it like a Steven Seagal type title, like Grave Mission, like Graver. At least that would have some purpose.
Cradle to the Graver.
Cradle to the Graver, right? It's like, yeah, because
Okay.
codename Alexa is just it's nothing.
No, yeah, I know. I wanted it to have a stupid name like like Blue Steel.
How about just calling it code name?
Right.
Code name would have been okay. I
Fine.
guess, but they don't.
Her name is not a
It's
thing.
not- yeah.
It's not a thing in the movie. It's not.
CIA, the microchip heist.
Yeah. Chip heist. Chip heist.
Race for the ship.
Shipwrecked.
But there isn't.
Shipwreck.
There isn't really a chip heist though.
The movie that happens before the movie starts. The chip heist. We get to the end of the chip heist.
Chip-napped.
Chip napped.
Those kids and chips.
The road chip.
Road chip.
Just
Right.
I'm sorry, every Alvin and the Chipmunk sequel.
I don't. It's something with Graver. It had to be something because he seems like the star, I guess.
It's the only person in the movie who.
Or you just give it
is
some
in
title
Pretty
like
much sound like his agent. Yeah, he's the star, I guess.
guess.
Just put him in there.
it's like Maximum Conviction. It's like that kind of a title. It just doesn't matter. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
It's just, whatever. It could have been just CIA. It's called
Yeah, she's
CIA.
called CIA.
I bet
shouldn't have given it
in like
subtitle.
Korea it was called like Computer Cop or something stupid like that.
Computer-
You're like, wait, what?
Well, they should have switched.
And you watch it and there's no computers or anything.
Yeah.
Because I
But
think
it is about a chip.
the sequel's called CIA to Target Alexa. So this one should have been
That's a
Target
terrible
Alexa.
name.
And the next one should have been Codename
She
Alexa.
goes rogue in the second one.
Well, she's not really rogue in the
Yeah, she doesn't work for them in the first.
She doesn't work for
place.
any. She's
See, the
apparently-
title implies that she
doesn't
worked for
care.
the CIA from the beginning.
But it's they blackmail her into
Yeah.
working.
They kidnapped
God,
her
the
fucking
title's
daughter.
so bad. It's titled so awful.
Christ.
You're right. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, it sounds like she's a CIA operative.
That's what
but
it should
she's
have been
not.
called. It should have been called CIA Blackmail.
There you go. That would have been okay. I would have dealt with that.
Or blackmailer,
Yeah.
just to make it streamlined. Blackmailer. It sounds like evil post office stuff. I don't know. All right.
Black man.
Do we make an hour yet?
I don't think so, man.
We're still a few minutes away. So.
For 2 minutes.
Good.
My prediction
What
is
we
true.
Ran
really
out of shit to talk about.
My prediction is true. This is the shortest episode ever.
Good.
Well, yeah, you did
Dude,
say,
I mean-
Sean, you did say that.
That movie really had nothing in it.
No, it's nothing.
It's all this
for an
vague
hour and a
nonsense.
half.
O.J. Simpson in the Biodome. It gave us the chance to say O.J. Simpson in Biodome a lot, so I'm fine.
Right. I don't feel the day is wasted.
No, I mean, I never knew that there was another movie in the Biodome.
It's true.
I got to bet that the sequel has the Biodome in it. Because if they had the location,
Right.
Did the sequel come out like next year?
Yeah,
usually?
like next year.
definitely.
amid their
definitely
divorce.
it's in there.
So we get to watch like a couple meltdown making a shitty movie for PM entertainment.
Well, hold on, let me look at the clock here.
I mean, we
We
gotta
got
use
1
up-
minute.
we
We're
gotta
going to use
up all
1
this
minute, and then
time.
we're going to end this.
All right. Closing thoughts.
I'm forcing a minute because we're going to do it.
Cool.
Sure. Lots of dead air. That'll work.
You hear that?
Hear that? That's what it's like to watch Codename Alexa.
Listeners, take this moment to listen to yourself dying at the speed of life.
Dude. I don't know. You know what? I got to say something. I think this actually might be the first disappointing PM entertainment that we
it was
watched.
kind of disappointing because
Now
it
that I
was-
reflected on it,
it's just too
because they've
vague.
always been
It's
so
so
nuts.
insane.
It's
Yeah. This movie
insane.
was still insane.
But
It
the
was
other ones
insane,
are
but
like
it was like
packed.
nothing. It was
Yeah.
empty.
all the there was nothing happening on the screen ever, which sucks. Because you don't really, like I said with PM Entertainment, like something blows up in the first scene.
Well, there was.
and they
There were
blow
a
up
lot of car
stuff.
explosions.
In
and
the-
they were
at the-
like,
well, yeah.
And every time OJ shot anybody with that gun, they
Yeah, they
exploded
definitely
into fire
exploded.
and flew.
It's
That's
not the second half especially is not nearly weird enough.
No, it's not
Because
weird at
they
all.
always got weird, you know.
Yeah.
They always get weird because they just use whatever they had, and the characters are always insane. Like
But the specificities are what make it weird, and in this one there weren't any because it was just
no specifics.
vague and weird, and it was but it's espionage, it's intrigue.
Right,
It's like no, dude, you just didn't write anything that made any sense.
Yeah.
You just made me
Yeah.
build a plot in my head to just what you made.
We had
It
to
sucked.
figure it out ourselves with the car and how we figured out where they were. You know,
Right.
I mean, it's just like there's nothing it's all imagination. It's like
Yeah.
it's like the meat hook in Texas Chainsaw Massacre as an entire film where it's, just like, it's all in your head. None of it actually happened.
Well, yeah. The ending was just so nothing. I'm disappointed, I think. Because the trailer kind of looked
My
awesome.
faith will never be
Right.
shaken.
When you sent me what it was, and I looked at the trailer, and I was like, "This is gonna be awesome." It's got O.J. Simpson in
Right.
it. It's gonna be nuts.
It
It's
had
gonna
a
be
couple
fucking
decent
nuts.
scenes, like him choking the thing. There were a couple like really bad. Whoever directed it actually did a pretty decent job. I think that's why it kind of sucks.
Sure, it was
Because
in focus the whole time.
It was
Yeah.
in focus. Some of the shots were actually kind of neat. Like you know what I mean. It wasn't like all tracking
It's
shots.
too good to be funny.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
he was competent at making an action movie. Just they didn't give him any action to film. That's
Yeah, they kind of forced it on him.
yeah.
But
I
that
don't know.
montage was really so unnecessary.
Oh,
yeah.
That was filler. They were filling runtime at that point.
There were a couple of scenes like that though, where it was just
Yeah,
like
they
two
were.
lines from someone. Like you'd see the boss just like smoking a cigarette
Yep.
We made it.
for no reason.
Woohoo! Oh, thank God.
We did it! 1 hour! Codename Alexa, CIA, codename Target, whatever. What is it again? CIA,
CIA
codename.
codename Alexa.
Oh, God. Well, Sean, thanks for buying the Laserdisc that we
Yeah,
watched
you're
on YouTube.
welcome.
Are you happy
Another
about
wise purchase.
it? Are you happy?
Oh, I'm fine with it. I own worse movies than this,
Get it framed.
right?
Yeah, it's worth it.
My faith in PM Entertainment will never be shaken.
No,
Right,
it's fine.
Everyone stumbles.
It's fine.
I still love Lorenzo Lamas.
I've seen much worse.
Wasn't he
Yeah.
in Raptors Attack? Wasn't that a Lorenzo Lamas movie?
I don't know.
That CGI Raptors movie that was on Netflix for a while?
I don't think
Probably.
I watched.
Sounds like something Lorenzo Lamas
Raptor
would do.
Attack. I remember being awesome. Whatever.
All right.
Sean, thanks.
Yes.
Oh, you're so
Viva Los Biodome.
Viva Los Biodome. Purple sticky punch forever.
Bye.
You have just listened to Bonus Disc, Questions, comments, and movie suggestions can be posted to facebook.com/bonus disc. Opinions and criticisms of the hosts and guests of Bonus Disc are 100% valid because they sit high atop Judgment Mountain. So quit your whining.